work on airplanes. And I totally forgot that he was coming. He can come by. He can come check it out. So you might see a little one back there. You want to say hi to everybody? All right, come on in. Can you say hi and wave right here?
Yeah.
Say hi.
I'm with this right there.
Okay, look right here. Scoot over. Oh, he's going to say no. I'm front and center, y'all. I am front and center. Say hi.
Hi.
He's right there. You got to look right there. Look, you're right there. Oh, my goodness.
Baby Eve.
Baby Eve. Say hi. Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Say, did I have a good day?
Have a good day. What is that? What is that?
Yeah, that's Michael Vaughan. We're going to talk about him. Yeah.
Look at your hair.
Yeah. All right, Boogie, I got to go talk to them.
No.
You're going to go work on airplanes. You want your drink? Okay,
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yes.
Say, see you later. He said, yep, and I'm done with all of you. Bye. Oh, here's Mr. Eve. Yeah, I forgot about him.
Yeah, of course he did.
Sorry, Mr. Eve. Enjoy your airplanes. Ooh, doggy, y'all. Hands full. Yeah. All right, let's say hello to everybody. Hi, MJ. Hello, hello. Glad you're here. Hey, Badass Mod, Shani, Jill, welcome, welcome. Hi, Theresa. Grammy's in the house. True Crime and Coffee, hello, hello. Welcome. Sazama, hello. Dope Soul, my girl, how are you? I'm sorry, I had to jump off of Discord and get into here. For reasons you already know why. Sazama, yo. Sky Z, welcome, welcome. Who else do I have? Shani Jones, hello, thank you. He is a cutie. I call him a turkey because he gobbles way too much. Talk-wise, food-wise, I'm literally out of food from this boy. He's growing. The clothes, the amount of clothes, the laundry. Anyway, let's not be sad. I don't want to be depressed about the laundry that I need to do after this life. Ashley, hello. So of course we have some updates for you from the city of Fruitland Police. Hi, Ashley. I forgot to say hi, Sky. Z, Kathy. Graham's a 7. Woo, honey. All right. I think I got everybody. So if you're just joining in, hello, hello. If you're returning from the replay, welcome. Thank you for being here. You matter. Please hit the like button or the dislike button, whichever you prefer. And let's get into it. All right. So, guys. Oh. Okay. That's just how I feel. Because the amount of conflicting information that has gone back and forth in 2 days is not only mind-boggling to me, but it makes me very questionable. It questions not Fruitland Police Department in itself, but the reasoning for this. Like, to me, you need to know exactly what you want to tell the public or someone, whoever you're telling to tell the public. Let's get into it, okay? I just want to jump into it because I don't get it. I don't understand it. And it has nothing to do. Oh, yeah, here's the tornadoes that, by the way, real quick, the tornadoes that hit. I am somewhere over, looking for my county. Where's my county? Somewhere over here, okay. And look at all the tornadoes. Remember how, like, on my live, I was like, it's this way. Well, literally, it was all to the right of me, but north. And so that I'm so glad that we were all safe, but Jacksonboro and Bowie got it pretty bad in Sherwood up there, Gainesville. Anyway, it was awful. for them. And so I tried to send as much old clothes of meat merts that I don't want to do laundry for. Sent some of those to, whoever needs them. And some of my own. Because I'm sure that there are, and Mr. Eves, because I'm sure that there are people that don't have any clothes. Bless you. Bless you. So anyway, that was scary. But glad that I could do that for them. All right, so Jen Jokes, who is Jen Jones, she changed her name on Twitter. I think I made a video yesterday saying that she has spoken to someone at Fruitland PD about the updates of the Honda Pilot, right? Hi, Pink Butterfly. Hi, Guidance. And so it's changed a few times. Oh, and Jen Jokes is getting kind of sideways too. Let me pull up, and I'm sorry about the noise in the background, guys. I did not realize they were coming home first and going to work on the aircraft, so I apologize. But they live here, and to be honest with you, deal with it. No, I'm just kidding. Hi, Shandon and Money Tactics. Welcome. Kathy, welcome. All right. So, yesterday, almost 24 hours ago, there is an update that Detective Kremen, who is working on the Michael Vaughan case, said he wanted to correct what he stated earlier to her in regards to the Honda Pilot. Let's just start from the beginning of that, because I don't know if everybody knows. I don't. All right, so March 23rd, I just spoke with Detective Kremen regarding the Vaughan case. Per detective, both vehicles, meaning the Avenger, the blue Avenger, and the white Honda Pilot, have been cleared and are no longer being considered. Okay? No press conferences to be scheduled, no info scheduled. I asked for something to be put out. She did, which will be done via the chief of police. Searches, none planned, but in discussion. All right? None planned, no searches planned, but in discussion for a couple areas of interest. They are happy to work with the public to coordinate searches, which he states needs to happen through the chief. Just wanted to clear up some rumors, facts straight from the PD. And the chief is JD Huff. And if I'm wrong on that, correct me, but I'm pretty sure. So anyway, we're like, cool, okay, great. Nobody's wasting time looking for a Honda Pilot. Nobody's wasting resources at the police station about tips. So cool, that is good to know. So, Jen Jones is a well-respected law enforcement. She's in law enforcement. So, I'm taking this as cool, great. On the other hand, I'm like, we need this to come from, you guessed it, the police department, because that makes it, stick. So we're not guessing, and there's no, back and forth with, especially Lana Westbrook, the PR manager apparently for Michael Vaughan and the family. So, hi, Summer Supporter. So it's like, okay, hopefully they will have something coming soon. All right. I'm feeling good. I'm like, sweet. Made a video about it. And then, as you know it, the detective called her back and said, Kremen just called me and stated that he wanted to correct what he said earlier in regards to the Honda Pilot. He now says that this vehicle has been looked into, but not completely cleared. Investigation continues in regards to the vehicle, but they are not searching for the white Honda Pilot. So again, they have a pretty good idea of who it is. They're not searching for it. And listen to this. After being contacted by others, like I said yesterday, he wanted to call and ask me to put out that he categorized it as cleared on previous phone calls with her. And he felt that this was confusing, which it is to the public. So this is why there is so much confusion, passing it along. So again, first he states to Jen Jones, law enforcement, that is not working on the case at all. That this the both vehicles have been cleared. Then he calls her back and says, whoa, sorry about that. It's technically not cleared. We just know who the person is in that white Honda Pilot. But any information about said person, let us know. We have no idea who it is. Maybe somebody saw somebody there. I don't know. I don't know. So, there are people that are saying stuff like, I'm being serious with this question. How could it even be iffy that he would have to correct himself? Either it's cleared or it's not. Agreed. Either you just didn't get the information from someone else higher up, maybe J.D. Huff or the chief of police or who, FBI, I don't know. Maybe there was just a miscommunication, breakdown, But how could it be iffy? Either it's clear or it isn't. It's not that simple. Or do we think maybe Brandy was like, hey, you need to clarify this? I don't know. Yeah. So it says, this is ridiculous. Get your story straight. Fruitland detectives told multiple people for weeks that the pilot was cleared. And this is calling them and clarifying. Now, we had a woman named Athena who was on a Twitter space with Nicole Sleuthy Goofy and her team. Goosey. I say Goofy. Whatever. Saying that Juanita Toll spoke to her and said that they were not cleared, and that how do you know that she's suspect? I can play that for you, but guys, it's insane. You're just like, who's running the show? Who is running the show? JK, exactly. Oops, my bad. This is the confusion that makes people unaware of the truth, what's to look for, not to look for, what tips to follow in a sense of the public's help. So, and a lot of people are saying, well, did Brandy call them and say, hey, what's up? Because from the Michael Vaughan page, they have been putting out consistently that it has not been cleared and that we need to look at the Honda Pilot, on their posts. So it's like, which one is it? It depends on who you're talking to and what day it is. Seriously. Honest to God. This is crazy. Oh, she's not Ellie anymore. She's retired. That's right. She's a retired law enforcement. So anyway, even Jen Jones said, I don't disagree with any of the frustration and deflection. Trust me. So she's understanding that this is insane. So let's go to City of Fruitland Police. This is where we need to be getting our information from, per chief. And that would make sense, right? Now we know who's swayed by her. So 3 hours ago, it says 3/24/2022, update. It has been 8 months since Michael Vaughan went missing. The Fruitland Police Department, Idaho State Police, and the FBI continue to search for 5-year-old Michael Joseph Vaughan. He has been missing since the evening of July 27, 2021, as we know. Since then, our investigators continue to work to determine just what happened during... Okay, listen to this. I'm going to repeat this and slow down. Since then, our investigators continue to work to determine just what happened during the time leading up to Michael's disappearance. That's a kind of a big statement. Just what happened during the time leading up to Michael's disappearance. Now, I don't know if that means 12:30. I don't know what time that is. That's very vague. But they're still trying to determine what happened during that time. That says a lot. Says a lot. And I'm pretty sure, like Dope Soul in the chat says, the pilot is not allegedly kidnapping kids. I'm pretty sure they have done their due diligence on this Honda Pilot. I would assume. But that little sentence right there, maybe I'm picking it apart. Good. I'm glad I am. So what happened during the time leading up to Michael's disappearance? We are right on the same page then. I'm pretty sure the public is saying, what happened during that time? Where's Tyler and Bob? Or Robert? Grandpa Robert. What happened? And as Brandy said, you know what? I don't know. I wasn't there. Exactly. No true words have been spoken, girl. You were not there. You were not there. But I would always ask a million questions about who was. So, in a March space with Brandy and everybody that was, talking to each other, it just really blows my mind that it wasn't already known on a whim. You know what I mean? I would know everything I could. I would have talked to Grandpa Robert, Tyler. I would have written down everything. That's just me. I can't speak for others. I can't speak for Brandy, and I can't speak on how they do things, but it's just, I'm sorry. It doesn't make sense to me that you don't know, and it's March 2022, what Bob was doing. Where did he go? What did he do? When did he leave? When did he come back? Anything. And if you go look at that space, you're going to go, why is she just pausing when people are asking about this question about Bob, Grandpa? Like, it's very, and scheduling a time for Tyler to maybe speak with them about certain things. You know what I mean? It was just, to me, it was an excuse. He works full time, or he's got a lot of anxiety, and when people bring up, well, look, he's got a missing child. We get it, but you're doing everything. Brandy, you're doing everything. So let him help. And it's just, I'll talk to him, but very, laissez-faire about it. Hi, True Crime with the Psychic Goddess. Hey, everybody go check out her wonderful channel. She is doing a wonderful job. She is very, very accurate with most of her readings. Glad you're in the background just listening. I'm thinking we should do a live panel sometime if you're down with it, or, me come on your panel, because I think that you're very observant, just like, me, in a sense of that spirituality side. MJ, Reverend Donna mentions Grandpa, doesn't she? MJ. I listened to it 3 times in a row today. I listened to it 3 times in a row, and I keep hearing things new every day. Or every time I listen to it, I hear new little things. It's the way that Donna says, what do you mean by, it's kind of concerning, to be honest with you. Because we don't know what Brandy's saying on the other end, but you can definitely tell that she's inquisitive about certain places that she may have already known about, that she's referencing about the big industrial fans. We know Brandy worked at a warehouse, and it's very funny. My mods will back me up on this, that my readings have said lettuce, and Donna says lettuce. Something about produce. Something about produce is very important. Maybe it was a plant that also dealt with, packaging produce or something, or that was some of the ingredients. I do not know. But I can tell you one thing. I have found some new little locations, and it shocked me. It really shocked me when I found this, what's it called? This industrial fan, like with the smokestacks. One of them was a Coca-Cola factory in Idaho. And let me see if I can find them so I can show you guys. This is what I've been doing for the past 2 days. See if I can find them. And I've also been working on the Kylan Schultze and Crystal Turner tips. Who, let me tell you, I have found some things. Matter of fact, I might even go live with them, but I don't want to. Anyway, stay on focus, stay on task. Yeah, you know what? I will make a video about what I found, okay? So that I don't drag this out. You know, but this is how hard I work on this case, you know. I'm like, oh, there's a police car. I'm looking at every house, every, you know, every little thing. I saw like a kid in the back of the car. I thought it was a kid. This is Brandy's vehicle from 2021 September. I'm like, is that a child? Is that a child in there? And it might not be. It might just be a blue little pillow. I don't know. But you guys, I'm really working hard because I feel like this is going nowhere, just like Summer Wells' case. You know? They said no stone unturned. Well, I'm taking that seriously. You know? To the point where I am just letting Spirit, like, say left, right, this road, that road, up, down, all around. You know? I'm working. But the Donna Seraphina reading, something's up with the conversations going back and forth. If you really, really, really watch it again and look and listen, actually close your eyes and just listen to what she's saying and picture the conversation going back and forth, I promise you your mind will shift a little bit. And if y'all want me to go over that with you, I have no qualms going over that. If you want me to do that, put a 1 in the chat. If not, put a 2 and you can do it yourself. But if you would like, I will totally do that. I can do that. Because I do feel like Donna is very close. Very close, because I had those same intuition of what she said. Oh, Skyzy, thank you. Oh yeah, that was a great, yeah, I went on True Crime with the Psychic Goddess on live with Sleuthy Goosey and the team, and it was great. It was really, really eye-opening. All right, guys, well, I will do that. I'm going to write it down, you know. Donna S. Hi. Hey, Mr. Eve. He said I just play in the background, and yes, I flipped her off, but she didn't notice. I'm sure he did. He's a turkey. Okay, I will do that. I don't know if it's going to be tonight or tomorrow. Okay. It'll be a separate live so that I can get this through, because I have to edit this video to kind of wrap up. But maybe I'll schedule it here in a little bit or something. I don't know. Let me see what my schedule looks like. All right. Well, thank you, Sky. I appreciate it. All right. So let's continue with the Facebook post. We have received nearly 850 leads and nearly all have been cleared. We are working through newly obtained data from that time frame. So that time frame, meaning leading up to when he disappeared. So that is really good news. Really, really good news. Love that. So it will be hopeful that will produce new leads. This is an exhaustive, labor-intensive task. The search for Michael has taken on several phases, and after multiple ground searches in and around the area and across the state of Idaho, as we have said, there is a high probability of an abduction. So they took that off of the original information and stuck with this and the briefing, right? Now this is back on the table. So it was there originally, went away, and then came back again. Now, it's really funny that every single thing, hi, Superior Dreams, hi. It's funny that every single thing that we have been asking for clarification on and has been allegedly told to people from the Fruitland Police Department, that is inaccurate information. Please refer back to what you have on the Fruitland Police Department page and fruitland.org's Michael Vaughan section. So now it's back. And it just seems like every time somebody is wanting clarification, there's switching. And it all depends on who's bitching at who that day. It's very concerning to me. I don't like to beat around the bush. There might be some, conflict of interest, in my opinion, and that needs to be discussed, and that needs to be clarified either from Fruitland PD or the state of Idaho Police. Period. It looks bad when you have someone claiming that Juanita Tull is telling this person information and conjecture, asking her, well, how do you know? How do you know this wasn't that? How do you know we didn't do that? You know what? I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it because you have to hear it. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. Christine Taylor, why was she threatening the police's house? When was that conversation recorded? Great, excellent point. That is a great point. There was a recorded phone call conversation about basically if Tyler was arrested, she would go to the people that surround these officers and people involved in the case and burn the police house down, but the police department down, or go talk to their wives, and just like, what? Let's play it. Okay. I always go to Nicole's page because she has usually the spaces. Soul Jules, welcome. Thank you for coming over. Again, guys, please like or dislike, whatever you prefer. And subscribe if you like me. And if you don't. Dope Soul. I'm wondering if you know what that timeline was with... I think you can like type in I'm still kind of learning how to search on Twitter. There it is, Athena. Boom. So this is the person that went on Spaces the other day and said, this is what I said. This is what was said in between Juanita Tull, who's one of the detectives on the case, and this person. Says, well, I know I'm not lying about speaking to Detective Tull and what she said. I have no reason to lie. I've spoken once on Spaces, and so obviously not in it for attention. The walls are absolutely closing in. Maybe Brandy should focus on her own life. So I don't know. Let's see what this is coming from. I'm assuming this is... Who is this? Bella Who posted it 8 hours ago. Dope Soul, do you know who posted that? It says, calling yourself an investigator. So, that's probably Lana, whatever her name is. Lana Wells, whatever. Calling yourself an investigator, sitting behind a keyboard with zero knowledge about how investigations work from across the country in your pajamas and calling it work is a joke. Plain and simple. You can put lipstick on a pig, but it's still a pig. Wow. Yesterday, I personally spoke... Oh, it's from their Facebook page. Okay. Yesterday, I personally spoke with the detective at FPD on this case who confirmed the Honda Pilot is still in question and has not been cleared. Any other info out there is smokescreen, period. Any person claiming to be speaking with detectives here is full of bleep and doing nothing for this case except creating chaos and taking away from finding Michael. And that's when she said, well, I know who I spoke to and I know what was said. And I don't have any, clout in this at all. So why is this so pressing for you? I smell, you know what? I smell a pig. I smell a stinky pig. That's what I smell. And that's just no cap. No cap. Ray Porter making bracelets and mugs is a joke. Yeah. Yep, that sounds like a business. Yep. Plus, we got receipts of her. And I want to remind everybody that Brandy said, in her own words, that the Honda Pilot was cleared, but distraction is key. Distractions do good things, basically. That's a screenshot from Facebook, Lana. Oh, yeah, that's right, because they shut off the comments. And I'll show those to you. I think I might just read them and scroll past the names because I don't want their names out there. It says, although we have been working... I'll play that video in a minute about Athena. Let me get through this damn Facebook post. Although we have been working the potential criminal abduction aspect since the time Michael went missing, it became our primary focus several months ago. Due to the fact that this is a criminal investigation, we are limited in the information that can be shared. At this time, we have no intention of coordinating another ground search, as the entire area has been searched multiple times by local police agencies, professional search and rescue units, community volunteers, helicopters, drones, boats, divers, and professional canine units. These areas have been walked step by careful step, and if a credible lead sends us back to that area or to a forest, a field, or anywhere, we will go. The white Honda Pilot, as mentioned in an earlier update, has not been confirmed as identified, but we feel strongly that we know who it belongs to. We will continue to seek confirmation on that vehicle. And then, of course, that we are happy to hear about the SB 1378, the Endangered and Missing Person Alert, passed both houses, and feel that if signed into law, will be much needed tool moving forward for all Idaho law enforcement. Y'all need to go read that bill. And that's all I'm going to say. You just go read it. And then draw your own conclusions. Misdirection is a good thing. That's what Brandy said. Yeah, that's right. It is not a good thing. It is absolutely not a good thing to make people assume that that's the reason. You know what I mean? We do ask that the official poster from FPD and the Idaho Missing Persons Clearinghouse be the poster that is shared, as it will consistently share the same information that will be recognizable to law enforcement nationwide. That is why they do that. And in my personal opinion, those really, really colorful, cute missing persons posters, missing child's posters, they look like party invitations. I would not take them seriously. Tips can be sent to findmichael@fruitland.org or Crime Stoppers. Tips may remain anonymous. That's very important. To those who stand strong and continue to support both Michael's family and the efforts of law enforcement to find Michael, thank you. And then it kind of just goes over the same thing that was said previously. Again, this Facebook page is only source for credible firsthand information in this case. I do not give a shit about putting information out there at the time that I thought was correct. For instance, the Honda Pilot. I'm going by, first of all, what's been put out there by Brandy, the mother herself, at the time, and not having any information or clarification from Fruitland Police Department. So in my mind, I think Brandy is right. Misdirection is a beautiful thing, because I think that was a tactic to keep web sleuths away. And that should not be Brandy's job from law enforcement to do, because all Fruitland PD had to do was say, we're working on that. We don't have any updates, but it's not cleared. That's all they had to do. But if you're saying that, confuse the public, especially taxpayers who pay your salaries to keep people safe and to keep people updated as best as you can without messing with the investigation. That's shitty. That's a very shitty thing to do if that's what was going on. Period. So that's just, and those are the many, many things that I'm just really concerned about with Michael Vaughan's case, because I could give a shit. I could care less about anything going on in the drama world with
Hey, Mom.
that side versus whatever side you want. Hi.
You took it on the TV.
On the TV? You had me on the TV?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. You see Mommy's face?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's you talking on the TV.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. The new missing poster, I haven't seen it. He is completely lost in the chaos of it. I haven't even seen it. Are you being a turkey? So let's read some of the comments that people think about this. This is a public platform. It's, you know, I say that because it's a law enforcement page. So let's see. Let's get into it. They have, again, limited who can comment on this post.
Bye-bye.
They are watching someone and don't want them to know misdirection is a good thing. Whatever. Whatever. So somebody says, if this is how the case is being handled, publicly, then I'm terrified for Michael on how it's being handled behind the scenes. The department needs to get it together, or the FBI needs to take over as the lead. And this department needs to be independently reviewed. I don't have any qualms in admitting that I agree with that. And again, it has nothing to do with being right or wrong, or whatever this battle is between this Facebook page for Michael and everybody else who is questioning lies and miscommunication and lack of knowledge. So I agree. This is interesting because Detective Crimmon told us yesterday that the pilot, Honda pilot, has been identified but has not been cleared. Exactly. The contradicting information on this case is so beyond frustrating, and it makes me incredibly sad for Michael. Preach. That is the best thing I've ever heard today about this case. Maybe, so here's Lana Westbrook. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't, you all draw your own conclusions because you're your own person, and I never want to sway anybody from feeling a certain way. That is your responsibility. Okay? Oh, he's going crazy. Maybe detectives shouldn't be talking to strangers on Twitter. That might stop the problem right there. Lana Westbrook. I don't give a shit how you feel. I'm just going to say how I feel. She feels like she's got a leg up, I think, just because, I don't know, they confirmed some things today that they had been pushing without knowledge, you know, without police knowledge. So she's feeling her oats today. I don't like that shit. I do not like when people get on their high horse over a missing child's case. And I really don't like it when people literally steal, you know, allegedly steal from a very good cause, and that things can't happen because of her. You can look that up for yourself. Maybe detectives should, I'm not a detective and I don't disagree with you. That's probably part of the problem. But when he asks someone to put out information publicly, this is what happens. Yeah, let's talk about that. Why are you asking a law enforcement officer who is outside of the case to speak on behalf of the police department? What is wrong with that? A lot. Ray Porter says, "Dope, I won't even check that page anymore." Oh, I know, I haven't either, because it's just too much. It's just too much. And it makes you really feel bad when you can't, you know, buy a coffee mug or a bracelet. Some people just don't have the money to give that way. They work through information and sleuthing in whatever way they can. So it just really makes me mad. So, they're kind of bantering back and forth. This person says, "Are you seriously telling detectives what they should and shouldn't do?" Well, I could tell a police officer, "Please do not choke that human being out who is not resisting." Would you tell me not to say that because it's a police officer or a detective? No. No. This is basic. Public information should be the basics. The basics. And when you go out there on a limb and tell somebody else who's not part of the case to say on their behalf, this is what's going on, and then go, whoa, 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 let me just back up there. And then say something completely different. That almost seems intentional. And yes, that is a problem. And yes, we need to say what's going on. Period. Sorry, that's just how I feel. So, yeah. Sometimes maybe you do need to tell at least the department they're working under, explain yourself. Because we don't feel confident. This person says it was also an online detective he spoke to. It was law enforcement. It wasn't an online detective. It was law enforcement. Doesn't matter. She's no law enforcement on Michael's case. He shouldn't have been talking to her. Did you just hear yourself, Lana? Doesn't matter. She's not law enforcement on Michael's case. He shouldn't have been talking to her. Yet Lana's telling this other person, "Are you telling a detective what to do?" It's the hypocrisy for me. Who are you, Tim Mullen Jr.? This person says maybe you should take up with the detectives on the case instead of directing your anger at me. Amen, sister. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And this, guys, this is what they did in the election of 2020 and 2016. This is exactly what they did. It's a tactic. It's actually the most brilliant tactic of them all. Divide and conquer. It seriously is. It's so easy. In my opinion, Brandy and Tyler are both hiding. Maybe. Detective Crimmon probably got scolded. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. Amy says, I heard Brandy say with my own ears on a recorded spaces on Twitter that the owners of the pilot were identified and are an older couple from the neighborhood. Ooh. I'm not trying to get people in trouble, y'all. But oh well, it's public. I heard Brandy say with my own ears on a recorded space that the owners of the pilot were identified as an older couple from the neighborhood. So much confusion and conflicting information. Detective Crimmon also stated that the car had been cleared, which was then retracted. And now this. Very upsetting. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I seriously do not know how much more information people need to state that this is a... Oh, sorry, y'all. Hush! That this is a shit show. I mean, look, people are just agreeing with that. Like, Mary, I think it is clear that an investigation needs to be opened into handling of the case. Poor Michael. Agreed. So true. This is horrifically sad. Horrifically sad for Michael because no one's getting back to finding him. So, you have this Detective Crimmin who's saying that there's this guy who they think is the driver, but he's not admitted to it. And then you have Brandy saying it's a couple, an older couple down the way. Bye. Have a good time. What? It is intentional. It feels very intentional to misdirect, mislead, and confuse. It is a the wise old brilliant tactic of divide and conquer. And unfortunately, on the back of Michael Vaughan, please leave me alone. He shot me with a damn Nerf gun, asshole. No, Brandy did say in Spaces Tyler's friend helped identify vehicles and he works at a dealership. All right, I have got to go find this Spaces. We need like a... Do y'all have a list of Spaces? Like if it's under a list? Dope Soul? Dope Soul says, and why is the lead detective on the case letting her friend and her sister's friend, who is an ex-PI with an expired PI license, in on a specific case? I don't even know about that, girl. Don't even know. I don't. All right, I'm just going to go to Nicole's. Whew, Lord Jesus, it just gets worse and worse, and hold on, guys.
I love you. Sure.
All right, so Dope Soul, help a sister out. Maybe I can search. Because I can't find Spaces. Like if I Google on Twitter, if I search on Twitter, it will not work for me. Let me read the comments while I'm trying to figure this out. Does anyone know if they follow the SDA church? Funny you mentioned that. Funny you mentioned the SDA church because I have been looking around in Weezer and found some some interesting areas that I've been searching over there. But I don't know about that. This is why Sandy says this is why H is depending in smaller towns. Was it this one? March 19th? Was it March 19th? I think so. I know the SDA is always like on everybody's shit list.
Here's about Juanita Toll, and
Here it is. Boom.
With the police department to please give the public an update. Please be more transparent with the public so that we can put some of this harassment, if you will, to rest. And if she was such good buddies with the police department, you would think that they would do that as a favor to her.
yeah, yeah.
So it's crazy. But anyway, that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know how she hasn't gotten desperate enough to where, like, I just picture myself going in there with my
Can y'all barely hear that? Because I can barely hear
tell me
that.
what happened and have it on like a live on Facebook because I'd be over it, you know?
Yeah,
But
and I'd be saying I'm getting harassed, my family's getting harassed, and
yeah,
everyone thinks we did this, that, and the other thing. Will you please update the public on what you have to date? But
yeah.
you know what? So maybe they're not cleared, and she doesn't want that to happen because they're not cleared.
Well, even that, even if they don't touch on that, even if they don't say anything about that, what harm would it do? Like to even say, tell the story over again. Tyler was home with Michael. He was
Right.
playing whatever. It was very hot. He was seen by he was seen by three neighbors or three
Mhm.
community members, even if you didn't want to narrow it down to those particular neighbors.
Mhm.
Um, just a little something, even his scent, you know, to say they have touched on the dogs and the scents, but
Mhm.
the way they made it sound was like they didn't pick up anything because of the rain and the heat and the like. If they weren't going to say anything, it'd be best to just not say anything at all. But the fact that they touched on the dogs and didn't say, we're hopeful that Michael is, alive and okay somewhere because um, we were able to track him, but the scent was lost.
Right. And is it also true? This is my last thing, I promise. Um, and isn't it also true that, or is it true, I should say, that there has been no confirmation about the neighbors even seeing
It's
him
so low,
or
isn't
him
it?
knocking on any of the neighbors' doors? Has any of the neighbors come out and confirmed it one way or the other?
No, apart from that Facebook comment from the neighbor directly next to them
Mm-hmm.
that said that he was Monday night. I could see if they were witnesses to something
Mm-hmm.
to be told not to speak, but I
Right.
mean,
Ow.
again, they don't have to say
I
who
don't know why it's so
maybe they
low.
talked, but general would be would be helpful.
Right. Um, and
So
I'm
low.
still 1.5 spaces behind, being up to date on everything. And plus, I don't do Facebook, so I don't see anything that goes on over there. So that could be why I'm lost in some instances. But that's all I have to say. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Of course. Lise, go ahead, and then we'll talk to Lena.
Hi, I just wanted to let you know that
I don't
while
know.
we were talking, I did a quick search on Facebook for Detective Juanita Toll, and there is a
There it
post
is.
from 2019
So
about her,
low.
where comments are open.
Let me
And I was
refresh. Sorry,
just sitting
guys.
here
It's at
thinking,
53 minutes. 53 minutes. Okay, hold on. This is like I can barely hear it.
Help believe that an Amber Alert will mainstream do that.
You have the neighbors.
about
Anything at all, but the comment from the one me, but
Thank you.
of course.
from 2019 about her, where comments are open.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what's going
And
on.
I was just sitting here thinking, there's nothing stopping us from putting any comments on any post that they have regarding Michael. I think maybe that would get their attention where they need to address some of these questions and address the public. I used it before in a similar case locally where I constantly was posting on Facebook and tagging the police and tagging the local media. And eventually they did have to make a statement because it was a lot.
Hmm.
So just an idea that comments on other posts are open, and specifically from 2019, there's one about Juanita Toll, and I tweeted it.
So is just the two posts that they have left of Michael's, are those the only two that the comments you can't comment?
That I'm not sure. I had heard someone say that you couldn't comment on them. I haven't looked myself.
Okay. All right. So Lena, do you know how to unmute yourself? I don't know how much you know about Twitter.
She's out of the loop.
Uh Lana, she'll have to tell us, but I was trying to bring her up here and I ended up shutting everybody up. But throws the entire thing out the window. Someone else could message her and like let her know she has to accept that so that we can talk to her.
Sorry, guys. I'm trying to I'm trying to find.
Giving away that information to whoever's calling, it makes absolutely no sense to me. I mean, it's not
Athena.
Have you asked me for the? Have I given you?
There it is.
The FBI.
I just cannot hear that.
No.
Sorry.
Okay. Okay.
You answered my question. That is all.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
There's me.
Really, that's troubling to me.
Inflation isn't helping and blah blah blah. And
I don't like that it doesn't have like little bookmarks you can do. You know what I mean?
Let's say it's, and you could, it's that, and then, you know, what you guys put together.
Shit. Sorry.
But
you can isolate it.
because they've limited all of their comments on the Facebook page. So we'll have to, I guess, come up with some type of plan.
I'm thinking this is when Athena talks.
Push things along.
I want to hear what she says.
Accountability, I guess, because I just don't know if we're not searching.
Yeah, that's why I think we need to come up with a.
Damn it.
Right.
The only time they change is when
From the group. So I would like to know
What's the question? Who's minding the other children when hours are spent on social media? I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
if she comes, and I hope she does because we have like a bunch of questions about this Amber Alert stuff. But if she comes, she's a mod. She's really the one that could clear that up for us.
they think that whoever news station went out there and actually
See, I don't like the spaces.
pointing out
Something that would be worthwhile, and she's apparently reached out to a bunch of news stations, and she's going to let us know what they. But I know the one that, not the one, but there were a couple where it's been mentioned, and people have actually gotten responses back, and it's kind of like a, well, there's, but
Hey guys, how's everyone doing? So
I'm not doing this,
and
but
if
you can
anyone goes in there.
I can promise you if you go to this Sleuthy Goosey's page, catch up on Monkey's case, please watch it. And at least go around 20 minutes to 50 minutes. That's kind of, I think, where it's going to be. But basically, Juanita Toll is kind of having like a casual conversation with this woman and did not say what they're saying now. I can tell you that. It was not clarified to Athena, that person who Juanita was talking to. It's just, it's concerning. I don't know what else to say. I don't want this case to be closed. I don't want it, or cold. I don't want it to drift away. And I'm really, I'm seeing the similarities of Summer and Michael. I'm seeing the similarities in a different way. One's a nice, pretty kettle, and one's a pot that's been used over and over. And we definitely need, in my opinion, an outside source to really take over. And you can draw your own conclusions on what I mean by that. So let me go to the chat, and then I'm going to wrap this up, and then I might do that live with Donna Seraphina again with you guys and kind of go through that process and maybe do like a reading or something quick, not crazy. Yeah, everyone's probably like, you sound like a stuffy mess because of my allergies. Same friend that paid for the billboard. Yeah, God, I would really like to know. I would really like to know who that is. I really would. I've been asking, and I don't think anybody knows right now. Oh, Afro, I'm sorry. I had my tubes put in my ears twice and my adenoids removed when I was little. And yeah, my sinuses are so bad that it just pushes out those tubes. So, when I was little. And they've never been the same. My ears have never been the same. My nasal cavity, I sound nasally as like normal. It's crazy. All right, guys. Sorry, that was a little frustrating about not being able to hear and not really getting the time. But go watch it for yourself if you have time. This is crazy. This is absolutely insane. The back and forth. This was an obvious example of Fruitland possibly boofing Michael's case. Allegedly, maybe. All right. And maybe they need some help. It's okay. There's 12, I think, on staff there. And I'm pretty sure that they could handle at least most of the issues. But if they can't handle certain things, it's okay. This is a small area, okay, with big problems. Maybe some training is in order. I don't know, but this is Michael Vaughan. We need to bring him home one way or the other. And this doesn't seem like it's going anywhere good from what we just saw. So, everybody, I will let you know an update on the reading. I want you to drink some water, enjoy dinner with your family, hug your babies very tightly, hug your grandbabies, hug your fur babies, and I will see you on the next live. Bye, guys. Thank you.